Hey people. I find that sometimes talking helps to process thoughts. And this is not the sort of video I usually make. If you follow my channel, if you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know that most of the time I just cover geopolitics, social issues, that sort of thing, things with talking points. But I don't tend to really get into personal videos so much about my own life, at least not extensively. Um, Simply because it's A, not something I really want to do, and B, it's just not something I do that much. Because I think that can get into a realm of being a bit sensationalist, and this is what I did. This is kind of what happened to me today. It's I've never seen my YouTube channel as an open diary in that sense. But I make an exception for this case because I think that it's might be useful for other people in a similar position. Um, so to cut to the chase, I was rejected today by a girl that I liked. I'm reading it as a rejection. Maybe other people would say it isn't, but I think it was. So basically, she works at a kiosk in my local shopping centre. I've sort of seen her here and there. I bought a few things from her, and she's attractive, and I just wanted to basically see if something could develop. I mean, my way of thinking was, I don't know this girl, but I want to know her. I want to get to know her. So I just went for it, and I asked if she would like to go for a coffee, talking through the masks, of course. It was a little bit awkward, and basically her response was, if I want to talk, I can do it there, and she declined to take my number. Female friend had suggested not to ask for her number because that would be too awkward, so I didn't. But yeah, I'm pretty much taking that as a polite rejection. By the way, I say polite because it's not as blunt as it sounds. She wasn't rude. She was being honest. And the way she said it wasn't dismissive. It wasn't, you know, but I take that as a rejection. A little bit disappointing, of course, because it's been a while since I've had a girlfriend, about 5 years now. Um, quite a while, and I'm a little bit tired of being single. But the way I see it is it's kind of a gradual getting back into the dating game thing. A while back, I was at a bar, and it's kind of an open bar near where I live. Guy playing saxophones, very mellow atmosphere, bit pricey, 4.50 for a bottle of what was it, Corona or one of those Mexican beers. So it was a bit pricey, but actually no, my mistake, it was Peroni. Regardless, there was two attractive girls in front of me, a little bit drunk, but mellow enough to have a conversation. And yeah, we just made small talk. And my purpose there wasn't necessarily of anything happening, just to kind of get back into the phase of mind of being comfortable around women in that context, i.e., flirtation and so on. And yeah, it was pretty good. I spoke to them for a while. They were a little bit drunk, so not entirely coherent, which probably isn't the ideal circumstance. But a little bit of flirting going on, and they were attractive, and that was it. Um, I should say they were British. They were white British girls, or one of them was half French, whereas the girl today was East Asian. Whether Chinese or Malaysian, I'm not sure. I knew she was from the Far East though, um, and I kind of banked that she might be Chinese. But today, talking to her, listening to her accent, I've known a lot of people from that part of the world. I think she might be Malaysian. So I wonder, is there a cultural thing there because they tend to move a lot slower? Women are more reserved, generally speaking. Not You can't say it's everyone, but perhaps that's it. But I just don't want to invest the time. If she's not comfortable with it, I don't want to make her uncomfortable. And I don't want to feel awkward myself. But anyway, Next step, I mean, I could look at dating sites. The thing is, where I live, Sunderland really is not the most cosmopolitan city. And, no disrespect to any of the women here, but it's just not the easiest place to really find people because I think in a bigger city, naturally there's more opportunities. Maybe if you lived in Newcastle, it would be different. I don't know. But the only thing about, I'm not totally ruling dating sites out, but the problem with that is you pay money. This is what I've heard anyway. You pay money and then, maybe you'll get a response, maybe you won't. I think there's a lot of kind of banking on will it work with dating sites, as opposed to in the real world, it's kind of clear cut. You go for a coffee, you go for a drink, and then either she accepts you or she doesn't. With anything to do with the internet, there's an authenticity question. So, if let's say, for example, a lady today had agreed and we went for a coffee, that's fine. We just talk, and if it's right, it's right. If it's not, it's not. But, I see her. I see what she is. She sees what I am. With online dating, there is a trust factor, i.e., is who you're talking to really the person that they claim to be? Is it the right photograph? There's all those questions. And I do think with those sites, there's a more of an onus on guys than on girls, maybe because of notions of, security is more, the pressure is more on the guy, i.e., you will promise to respect the women on the site at all times, etc., which is fine, that's fair enough. I do think it should be a two-way street, and I think for me it's a bit iffy. Like, well, is this authentic? What if I'm paying money to this site and someone reads my profile and I just don't want to be messed around, especially if there's a payment with it. And then, of course, I don't want to get into a contract, where it's kind of a subscription or something. That's the thing that puts me off dating sites. Um, so yeah, it's a little bit deflating because I'm not quite sure what the next option is. I'm not desperate, and I don't think it's healthy to be desperate because it comes across. But at this point, I would like to be back on that scene. Um, my other girlfriends, I met them in different circumstances. My first girlfriend, we met at a social club, and I asked her for a coffee, she agreed, and things kind of developed that way. And my second girlfriend, I met at a party, and with her, it was incredibly. There was just something about it that was incredibly relaxed. Um, she where I felt the chemistry. There's very little awkwardness. It just kind of developed very naturally. So in a sense, that is something that I do miss how smoothly that went. It didn't work out because of circumstance, not because of we didn't have some flaming row. Circumstance changed things. Um, she had to go back to her home country, and people might read between the lines. Yes, it's true. I tend to go for East Asian women, but I'm almost reluctant to say that because then people attach stereotypes to it, especially a white guy, Asian woman. They think it's, I could make a whole thing about that, but I won't go there. Anyway, it's just kind of an open question. Most of my subscribers tend to be guys. So, any perspectives, any anecdotes, feel free to share them. Um, But it's not really that bad a thing. I mean, no one likes to be rejected, but I'm not miserable, I'm not depressed. I'm just a little bit reflective. Like, okay, I tried and she more or less rejected me. I didn't do anything wrong. I don't think I could have made it more casual. I mean, it was just a coffee, and think maybe she had a preconceived because the last time we spoke, I asked her name, and maybe she kind of had an idea, might have done this, so maybe she already had an answer. Maybe she has a boyfriend. Maybe she's not attracted to me. It could be anything. Who knows? Um, Let me know your thoughts. Um, if you have a girlfriend, if you have a boyfriend, in fact, if ladies, if you have a boyfriend, um, there's a dynamic with that because I think even today, even in the West, there's still an expectation for the man to make the first move, and that puts an added pressure to guys. For women, I guess the pressure is on whether to accept or not, because for them there's a risk as well. There's pressure both ways, but you know, it is men who are expected to make the first move. And for me, it's about getting a balance. I don't want to waste time, and I don't want to not get to the point, but I also don't want to be too forceful and pushy and come across as desperate. So it's just about getting the balance. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, and that's today's story. This isn't something I'm going to do regularly, by the way. So it's just something I felt like talking about. Thanks for watching.